Well, hey, Islanders, honey, listen, this episode went up, and I'm mad that I had a lot going on my end that I wasn't able to go ahead and do this thing live because we definitely would have been up here chit chatty and pattying for sure. It was going up. It was going up, wasting no time. First of all, y'all know we got a new single. Okay, his name is Charlie. I think Charlie said he was about 28 years old. He's been single for about 2 years. He's a real estate investor or whatever he does in real estate. So there's that. He likes women that are confident. And one thing about Miss Ekin-Su, she's very, very confident. I guess Tasha is as well. Now, Charlie isn't sold on one woman when it comes to the group of ladies because the guys was trying to gauge like, what are you into? What do you like which one of these ladies is that girl for you? But of course, he wasn't really, in my opinion, ready to give them any answer. Like, I don't really want y'all to know who I'm into yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell y'all that. Even though we knew, he really was eyeing Miss Tasha for real, for real. Like, that's where his eyes was zoning in at. That's who he wanted to get with. But let me tell you what was so funny. When the girls got together to talk about him, to see how they feeling him, when I tell you Miss Antigone said, it's a no for me, I definitely was laughing like, girl, what? Oh my God, that was just too funny. She was like, yes or no for me. Meanwhile, Miss Ekin-Su over there trying to encourage herself to be interested because y'all know that Jay ended up going out on a date with Antigone and she don't know how that date went. So of course, she might be interested in linking up and getting to know oh boy, Mr. Charlie. Okay. But anyway, we just gonna see. Okay. She would get to know him based on how things went with Jay. Girl. Anyway, so speaking of Jay and Ekin-Su, girl, this was good because Jay goes over and he tells her that he moved too fast for her. I said, come on, Jay, let's talk. Come on, Jay, because Miss Girl over here talking about how she got hardcore feelings for you. And y'all about only been coupled up for like a day. So what is it given? Okay. So he says that, listen, I really would like to get to know Paige. I just wanted to tell you that. I just feel like, we moved a bit too fast. He says that he wanted to tell her first because he wanted to tell her out of respect. Okay. He got respect for her, wanted to let her know. So Ekin at this point is a bit shocked. Now, at some point we do hear Ekin say like Paige. I don't know what she meant by that. I don't know if it was her, like the way she was like, Paige, like you want to talk to Paige. It was giving Paige of all people. Are you saying that because Paige is pretty much coupled up with Jax and she's really into him and everybody sees how close their relationship, I guess, is getting? Or are you saying that because you feel like Paige isn't on your level? And the only person that probably would have been on your level would be Miss Gemma because Gemma had the 1 week where everybody kept talking about her or whatever, okay? Wanting to be coupled up with her. Could it have been that? Like, what was it? What was it? Don't be trying to play my girl. But anyway, let's keep going. So Ekin-Su tries to act like she is cool with it. But deep down inside, I knew already. I said she is pissed. She's trying to handle this the best way that she can because Andrew told her if he ever wants to get to know somebody, you should just let him do that. Well, girl, Miss what's her name? Ekin-Su went into that mirror, into the dressing room. She realized who the hell she was. She came back out to go snap on him. But before that happened, right, Jay decided he was going to go over there to Demi and India and talk to them and say, yo, I'm interested in Paige or whatever. I've already talked to Ekin-Su. Like, that's where I'm at. So they over there encouraging him to go and talk to Paige. Now, granted, Paige, you should get to know everybody. I will say, yes, Paige should get to know everybody. However, some part of me is like, I think her and Jax are perfectly fine. They are cute. I feel like they are growing together. I think, like, girl, just stay with where you at. Like, leave my girl alone. Like, go find you somebody else. Anyway, so Jax tells Luca and Gemma about Jay wanting to get to know Jay, right? Because what Jay did was pull Jax to the side to let him know, I want to get to know your girl. Jax says, okay, that's cool. Like, yeah, that's what we're here for. Go do your thing. Like, go get to know whoever it is that you want to know. Like, I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, I have no issue with that at all, right? So, that's when Jax runs back to, everybody else, which happens to be Miss Gemma and Luca, to let them know, like, hey, he trying to get to know my girl. Like, I'm not going to trip too much about it. I'm going to let it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to see. But the most important thing was that Jax feels very confident in the connection that he has with Paige. So he's not really tripping at all about what Mr. Jay is trying to do. So meanwhile, Ekin-Su, okay, she's somewhere feeling like an idiot because that's exactly what she told herself. She was like, girl, I feel like an idiot. I'm just telling y'all, I feel like an idiot. She's realizing that her getting to know Charlie isn't going to matter at all, okay? It's not going to matter at all to Jay, because Jay already told her first, like, girl, I'm interested in somebody else. Yikes. Okay. So then Ekin-Su, who goes upstairs, get herself together, do her pep talk, come back down and say, yo, can I talk to you? Excuse me, Charlie. Excuse me. You come to the front. We need to talk. So she wants to have a conversation. She tells him that he wanted to stay safe. That's the reason why he was buddying up to her and saying all the nice things and whatever else she wanted to hear so that he could choose her. Right. So she's blaming him for that. When she came back downstairs to go off on Jay, all I could think about was Davide's karma. Okay? Actually, earlier in the episode, I'm thinking about Davide's karma. Now, Davide told you that karma was going to hit your ass, right? And it looked like Davide's karma for you then came around and roosted, girl. It's ready to get you. And it's so comical because you really cannot handle it. But you tried to sit up there and make Davide seem like he was the bad person. Girl, you just did the same thing to this man. And girl, not even a week later, it's happening to you. So anyway, yeah, she tells Jay that she tells him that he wanted to be safe, which is why he came at her the way that he did, acting like he was really interested because he knew that she would be able to save him or whatever, right? So Jay lets her know that at first things were good between them and he was interested in her like that. But girl, things changed, shifted and rearranged and all of that stuff, as time went on. What Jay did not really say was that, girl, you just not my cup of tea at all. Like, he didn't say like, you crazy. That's what I felt like he wanted to say. He just said, I just think our personalities did not match over time. So she's taking this very hard. She decides to snap on him. She starts going off on him, talking about how he said, oh, if somebody else walked into the villa, I wouldn't turn my head or anything like that. I'll be focused on you. If he said that, he could have been bogus or he could have been honest in that moment because that's how he felt at the time until things changed. And it was like, yeah, I'm not really featuring you like that. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know, girl, but this just what I'm thinking. So she calls him a player. I may have been a player, but you're the one that was really the player this entire time. So let's be honest and let's talk about that. Girl, when she was over there trying to go off on this man was smiling in her face. Smiling in her face. And I said, child, I wasn't mad at it. Let's be honest. I wasn't mad at him smiling in her face because I kind of felt like that's what you get. That's the karma that comes back to you. You feel like it was so okay for you to go up there and sneak on the roof and kiss somebody and get to know somebody else behind Davide's back. But then when this man, before he even approaches this woman, gives you the respect that you didn't give Davide and he lets you know what's up, then you try to come back outside and make it seem like he's a bad person. Kept calling him Mug. And I had to learn, shout out to this cat, Roxanne, because she had to let me know that Mug means idiot. Okay, you calling this man an idiot, talking about he the biggest idiot in this house. And I'm like, well, if he's an idiot, then you're an idiot as well. Okay, I just feel like he could have been a better idiot than you because what he ended up doing was telling you before he even approached her. He did the proper protocols. He talked to you, he talked to Jax, and eventually he'll go and talk to Paige as well. But that's not what you did. He gave you respect. You didn't do the same. And then now you over here dealing with the karma. So then she starts walking off and getting loud and yelling and all this stuff. He wants to talk to Paige. That's the thing. He wants to talk to Paige. But see, I saw what you was doing, Miss Ekin-Su. Not only was you trying to put him on blast, but you were specifically trying to put him on blast to Jax. You were trying to see if you could stir up something with him and Jax because he's interested in Jax's girl, Miss Paige. But Jax didn't give it because Jax already knew. And Jax encouraged them to go ahead and get to know each other or whatever. But shout out to Jax because when I tell you, Jax was on her ass. He was on her head top. He was on her ass. First thing he said, he was like, when she was like, he wanted to get with such and such, like he's a mug. He wants to date Paige or whatever like that. All you had to do was tell me from the beginning or whatever the case was. And Jax said something like, but you would have did the same thing. Matter of fact, you did the same thing. Hello? So, yeah, let's start there, Miss Ekin-Su. Then she says, he's telling me all these passionate things and whatever like that, acting like he liked me. And the boy said, well, guess what? He coupled up with you because that's something that he wanted to do originally. But then he realized over the course of 2 days that you're a headache. Girl, Jax had me. Ooh, I was like, ooh, go, Jax, go, because Jax was on her head and I loved it. I loved it. I can't say that I didn't, but you went over there trying to get Jax disturbed and having him bothered and probably having some words or whatever the case was. And it just didn't work. It didn't work this time. And it's crazy because the entire house seemed like they were really fed up with Ekin-Su. Like her whole reaction and based on everybody else's reaction was like, girl, shut up. Like you always make it sound bigger than what it is. Like you're so irritating. You feel like you could be the only conniving person in the house. That can't nobody else be conniving. Like, girl, be quiet. So yeah. There's that. What else? Charlie and Tasha, of course, we know he's interested. He talks to her. She says she's more into Andrew. He says he's still going to press her, period. So later on, we see him do the hot tub. He got a chance to do a hot tub date with Ekin-Su as well as Tasha. His vibe with Tasha seemed like it was a better, I ain't gonna say genuine, but a better one in comparison to Ekin-Su. Ekin-Su looked like she was ready to just get out the pool. And in all honesty, I feel like what's his name? Charlie chose Ekin-Su, and he even went upstairs and talked to Ekin-Su to try to get to know her or whatever, and let her know that he would like to get to know her moving forward. But the reason he did that, in my opinion, was because she ain't got no other options in the house. So if there's any chance of him possibly being able to stay a little longer, of course he's going to entertain her. Right? He's going to entertain her, probably choose her, whatever the case may be, because Tasha is already coupled up and he don't know which way of the fence Tasha is going. Right. And when it comes to Jay, if Jay doesn't couple up with Paige, which I pray that he doesn't, he's probably going to couple up with Antigone. I don't see him going back and picking Miss Girl, Ekin-Su. And I do believe that it's the guy's turn to choose who they want to be with. Okay. So Davide and Danica done had a conversation, honey. They over there chit-chatting before Davide decided he was gonna land them lips on her out of nowhere. And I was like, well, that was kind of sexy, just a little bit there, Davide. And another thing, he is kind of funny though. As much as we felt like we haven't been seeing a personality from him, he's definitely been giving us a little something, and I appreciate it. Maybe he had to get from up under the strings of Miss Ekin-Su. I don't know, but I feel like he probably was like that with Gemma as well. But now he's starting to see that he needs to open up more, I guess. So there's that. What else happened? Ekin-Su and Charlie. I said that it's funny she called Jay out for wanting to be saved, but here you are entertaining a conversation with Charlie, who I do not believe you're interested in, but you're entertaining this conversation with him because you want to be saved. Girl, go away from me with this. What else? Paige and Antigone. So the moral of the story is Paige likes her some Jax. She likes him a lot. She does not like Jay. She really isn't interested in getting to know Jay. If Jay's going to come over there to have a conversation, she like, keep it cool, keep it cute, keep it a little bit of flirty, but fall back. But all the girls are pretty much telling her like, listen, it's okay to be open and get to know him. Because at one point you were interested in him, right? But then you ended up getting with Jax and you were even more happier with Jax. That's because Jay wasn't coming up on her earlier in the beginning. So Miss Paige gonna have some tough decisions to make, right? But she didn't like that Jax was sitting up there encouraging her to go and get to know somebody else. She felt like he was kind of like trying to throw her away or whatever. And I'm like, I don't think that's what he's doing. He's trying to be okay with everything, but he also feels confident. I feel like the issue with those two is that they clearly don't tell each other how they feel. Just like Tasha had a conversation with her in the dressing room and said, y'all need to have a conversation to see where he stands. I liked the fact that he came up to the dressing room when I feel like producers told him to check on her because she was crying. And he continued to ask her, like, what's wrong? Like, you could talk to me, I'm here to make you feel good, whatever the case may be, to support her. Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was really sweet of him. And she still wouldn't tell him. She said maybe in time she would, but she didn't. And I really wanted her to say something. I was like, Paige, please say something so that he could tell you how he feels and y'all can solidify this and make this thing official or something. Like, come on, Paige, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. She don't want to say nothing. I don't know what was going on in her head, but that's just what it was. What else happened at a later time? Ekin and Paige. Ekin tells, I don't even know what I got here. So I think all the ladies were sitting down. Hold on one second. So Ekin tells him nothing wrong with him, wanting to get to know her, but she wished she would have known. Oh yeah. So she goes and sit down. I put Paige. She went to go sit down with Jay. And when she was talking to Jay, she lets him know, like, listen, I really have no issue with you getting to know the other ladies. But my thing was that you did not tell me in the beginning that you were interested in page. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, what I just grabbed from that conversation was, Miss Ekin, I really don't want to hear nothing you saying, trying to front this man about anything. I feel like you're playing manipulation tactics again, because you're not getting what it is that you want. When at the end of the day, what it's about for me is he could go and get to know whoever he wants. Like, you have to remember, this is the karma that Davide was talking about. You did not give nobody else a heads up, and now when the shoe is on the other foot, you want to be mad. But he actually handled the process better. He didn't go behind your back and just start getting to know Paige and start kissing her and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, girl, don't nobody care. I feel like that was pretty much the episode. So on next week's episode, it's going to be very interesting to see how Miss Tasha going back on her word, even though she been acting like she's so sold on Andrew, honey. And now Andrew finna get pissed, and he finna be like, F this, okay? Because 1 minute she acted like she gonna be with me outside of the villa, and then now all of a sudden somebody came in and turned her head, and she feel like she want to go that way. All right, then. Well, go that way. That's how Mr. Andrew is feeling. But listen, it was a really good episode of Love Island, honey. A really good episode of Love Island. But that's all that I got. You all leave your thoughts and comments down below on how you felt about the episode. I'm Jamie, that's me, honey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.